If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Well, good Thursday morning. Taylor Plott here with a check on your forecast, tracking showers and storms during your morning hours on your Thursday. But as we get to the afternoon hours, we will be mostly dry, but we do expect a few more showers and storms to pop on up, as you see here across the area. Not too widespread, just some scattered activity. Temperatures getting up into the 80s once again as we go into your overnight hours. We will start to dry out even more. Temperatures getting down into the 60s, and that will set the stage for a dry, or I say at least mostly dry, stretch of weather here on your 7-day forecast. Again, can't completely rule out a spotty shower Saturday or Sunday. Most places are dry and most places are hot. Temperatures getting up into the lower mid 90s with heat index values over 100.
Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Celebrations of liberation and legacy have been happening over the past few days and will continue on today and over the weekend, recognizing Juneteenth. Juneteenth being the oldest nationally and internationally celebration in recognition of the ending of slavery here in the U.S. Coming up today, we're going to run down all of your Juneteenth celebrations and festivities happening in our Middle Tennessee communities. We will also talk to my friend, Tiffany Perkins. She is the founder of Black Clarksville and the organizer of the Juneteenth event happening here at Dixon Park on Saturday. She'll have some information for us for that event and what's new this year. Then later on at the end of the show, we'll take a look back at the hockey match between the Fort Campbell hockey team and the Nashville Youngbloods. This was much more than just a game. This was a fundraiser for the Elite Warrior Foundation. Well, what is the Elite Warrior Foundation? Today, we're going to talk to the nonprofit's president and learn what is behind this organization. We'll have that for you. But first, let's get a check of our headlines. 32-year-old Austin Smith is behind bars for one of the series of shootings that happened 9 hours apart on the same street over the weekend in Springfield. Springfield police are asking the community to reach out if they have any information about the shootings. One shooting happened on 21st Avenue near Main Street. The other was on 21st Avenue on the west side of Main Street. One person died. 2 others were sent to the hospital. Again, anyone with information on either shooting is urged to contact the Springfield Police Department. Lawrenceburg residents and others are encouraged to show support in any way they can for Saturday's first ever Tennessee Brotherhood Ride, a 250-mile cycling journey led by first responders honoring their fallen colleagues. At the heart of this emotional mission is Nashville firefighter Breonna Leland. She founded the Tennessee chapter after riding in Brotherhood rides in Kentucky and the Gulf Coast. Leland tells reporter Carrie Staggs from our Lawrence County Advocate that this ride is more than a tribute. It's a calling. Riders will stop at 1502 Springer Road in Lawrenceburg Saturday between 8:40 and 9:40 in the morning and host a brief memorial ceremony. The ride itself is 3 days of cycling across Tennessee, often exceeding 100 miles per day. A hands-on pond management field day on Tuesday, June 25th in Dixon County will be happening. Local landowners, farmers, and pond enthusiasts are invited to dive deep into learning weed identification and treatment techniques, dissolved oxygen management, fish stocking rates, and much, much more. You should RSVP. That is required by June 23rd for attendance to the event. The event is happening at 1384 2 Mile Road in Burns. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy Bee,
I'm ready, guys.
Call 775-7833.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo, opening June 20th.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back. So being Juneteenth, a number of celebrations have already taken place, but you have so many others happening today and through the weekend. We're going to go over some of those festivities and celebrations for you right here this morning. If we happen to miss your community and your celebration for Juneteenth, my apologies. We gathered as much as we could, but for future events, please send an email to smiller@mainstreetmediatn.com so we can share it right here. Focusing on today on your Juneteenth celebrations, kicking off in just a little bit, you have at the National Museum of African American Music on Broadway. They're hosting a community day from 10 o'clock this morning to 5 this evening. You'll not only enjoy music, but there will be a special documentary screening and a panel discussion. For that screening, you do need to RSVP, so know that. And that again is happening at the National Museum of African American Music in Nashville. At the African American Heritage Society of Williamson County, they're hosting today their Juneteenth celebration. That is going from 11 to 5 this evening. That will be at the McLemore House. The event will have food truck, other vendors, live music, some prizes there for you, and historical reenactments. At Fort Negley, you have Tennessee's first and only Juneteenth fireworks display. That is happening at 9 o'clock this evening, but festivities will get going a bit earlier than that. That'll kick off at 5 o'clock this evening and run until 9:45. You'll have music, the fireworks, of course, food, live performances, and the best part, it is free. No, the best part is coming together for your Juneteenth celebration, but the second best is that it is a free event. And then the Tennessee State Museum, they're hosting a celebration on Friday. They're doing their thing starting at 10:30 in the morning. So that is at the Tennessee State Museum. Over in Gallatin, moving that direction, you can enjoy their 5th annual Juneteenth Community Festival on Friday and on Saturday, a 2-dayer right there. This is happening at 536 Blythe Avenue there. The days will include live music. You'll have entertainment, line dancing. That's always fun. Trail rides, food trucks, a kids zone. And of course, you will have some cultural, education, and community resources on hand at that celebration there. On Saturday, now there is no shortage of celebrations and festivities for Juneteenth happening on Saturday. There's a lot to do. The Cultural Arts Murfreesboro, they have their annual Juneteenth celebration at the Bradley Academy Museum and Cultural Center. This year's the event will commemorate the emancipation of enslaved African Americans throughout the former Confederate States of America. So they have a lot going on there. In Giles County, their branch of the NAACP has its celebration on Saturday at WD Savage Park in Pulaski from noon until 8 p.m. and all afternoon and evening thing. There will be reflections, a remembrance happening, and a celebration as they honor the emancipation of enslaved African Americans in that area. Happening here in Clarksville, you have a couple of things. The first being the Juneteenth block party here at Dixon Park. There's a lot going into what's happening here at Dixon Park. Here's just a few things. Dozens of vendors will be out. You have a basketball tournament, a spades tournament, I had the pleasure of talking with Tiffany Perkins of Black Clarksville and the organizer of the Juneteenth event happening here on Saturday. And she shares with us why this is so important to have in our communities and what is new here at the Clarksville Juneteenth event.
We get the questions about celebrating Juneteenth in Tennessee because technically it's the celebration of June 19th in Galveston, Texas, and those lost slaves that were freed. And the big thing for us is the unity in that, right? Though August 8th is the day that Tennesseans were free, there were still enslaved Black Americans in this country. So for us, celebrating is celebrating that progress and freedom, and even information sharing in Black and underserved communities sometimes takes a while. But it does happen. We're celebrating united with people across the United States who are celebrating Juneteenth and celebrating that though the freedom wasn't on the same day, we are now free. We're able to thrive. We've got some really, really great successes under our belts. We're still fighting for freedoms and progressiveness in this community. And so to be able to do this here in Clarksville with such beautiful support, when you come, you'll see that our vendors are of diverse backgrounds and communities. Even that's really beautiful to see allies come out. There'll be different families here and stuff like that. We're in a super diverse community, being from in a military town. So it's great to just have another celebration that's in addition to all the beautiful things that happen in the community already. Being super excited to still be able to do Juneteenth and celebrate. We've got over 50 local vendors. That includes food, artisans, nonprofit organizations. We'll also have live performances. Our fantastic DJ Soft Scott, is going to be here, just keeping everybody having a good family reunion kind of time out here. In celebration of our 5th year, we really wanted to make sure that we're doing some different things and bringing great stuff to the community. So this year we're hosting our inaugural Miss Clarksville Juneteenth Scholarship Pageant. We've got 10 incredible girls who are going to be competing in our Junior, Teen, and Miss Clarksville Juneteenth divisions. We've been working with them right now to do a lot of programming, so we're not just giving out crowns and sashes, we're also building confidence and trying to, get through some of those stigmas of like how young girls work together and how Black women work together and come together and celebrate and support each other. So we've done makeup workshops, we've done confidence building workshops, we've got Girls Night Out at Mickey's Up coming up soon, just to keep on building that unity so that when it is pageant time, that's going to be on June 20th at the APSU Clement Auditorium. Doors will open at 5:30 and the pageant will start at 6 p.m.
Tiffany, it is always so great to connect with you. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Tickets to the Miss Clarksville Juneteenth are on sale for $10. Something that I did forget, and it is happening today. It is at the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center. They're having a Juneteenth celebration there. That is free to families. It is story time and crafts for the kids. Parents or guardians, you do need to be on hand with your children there. But again, this is free at the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center, happening today. Coming up, we're going to learn all about the Elite Warrior Foundation and why you should know more about their mission. We'll be right back.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniels, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
There's a line that links us all. Most of the time, we don't even think about it. But it's everywhere. Illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart, we believe in the power of good energy. And as your family and region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at the competitive yet fun hockey match that happened last Saturday at the Ford Ice Center in Clarksville. Our local Fort Campbell hockey team took on the Nashville Youngbloods, all for a great cause. The players had a great time. The fans enjoyed the match. Leading the charge on this was John Lavorne. He put this all together to help raise money for the Elite Warrior Foundation. Ahead of the game, I was able to catch up with the Elite Warrior Foundation nonprofit president, Josh Tobin. He shares with us the mission and the vision of this foundation and how you can get involved.
So the Elite Warrior Foundation provides our veterans and active duty and military families with a space to come out and for sports. So when we think of sports, we think of a holistic fitness, but we're expanding to our youth and looking at our Gold Star families. We're looking at our kids that are coming up and trying to create that family. So ones that you're based off when you come in the military and they introduce the military to you, you are taught this is a family organization. Well, we want to keep that going. As you leave the military, here's something to come back to. It's a family environment. Your kids are here watching on a Saturday night. You're playing an opponent, you guys are battling it out, but your kids are watching you and it looks like you're playing in the pros. So the moment somebody walks in through our organization, we want them to feel like they're still part of a professional environment. When my family and I moved here about 2 years ago, we noticed that there was a gap that we could fill with sports. Taking what I grew up in as a sports environment, and I watch how I transitioned to the military. I saw veterans in the state of Tennessee and active duty not having a togetherness, whether that was off the ice, in the ice, or on the ice, and then the locker room. The locker room is the same as being in a combat deployment, talking with your brothers and sisters, bonding with each other, and then knowing that your family is nearby, and then also it's just like that health aspect of like you have this, you're built in the military to be aggressive, violent, but harness it. When you get out of the military, how do you harness that into something that you can do? Hockey has always been for me something where you can harness the aggression, but inside a protected environment, and you feel safe. We want the community to look at us as leaders that are not just in Clarksville, but Nashville and Tennessee, that we represent them well. Because you represent the Army, but we represent our community also, and Clarksville is taking very well care of us.
Josh, thank you so much for sharing the mission of the Elite Warrior Foundation. It's fantastic. Again, I appreciate talking with you. For all of you heading out today or over the weekend for your festivities and Juneteenth celebrations, keep in mind that it is extremely hot out here. It gets muggy and really can take over before you know it. So wear the sunscreen. Make sure that you're hydrating. Check on one another, especially the pets out there. Make sure that they're in cool spaces and watch out for any sort of heat illness while you're outside. Thanks so much for joining us here on this beautiful Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.